Where's my desktop, dude? So Semver is like this thing where it's this right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do I draw? First number is like the major number. Second number is like minor, and this is patch. It just means that whenever you have a bug fix or something, like right now we have version 1.0 in master.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever there's I don't know, non-breaking, but also not a feature that's been added or anything like that. It's just some miscellaneous addition, right? You just
Mm-hmm.
increment this number here.
That
This number
last.
gets
Okay.
gets pretty big. Like it's gonna go like in the hundreds, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But um, if instead of just bug fixes and like documentation updates and stuff like that, we're doing like whole feature sets,
Right.
then as long as they're not breaking the breaking, meaning like whoever's using this isn't gonna be like, what the fuck happened, right? Like as
Right.
long as they're not like, with APIs it's more clear. With APIs it's like, did you change the interface, then change this, but like with user interfaces it's like, you get to decide what's a breaking change and what's not, but otherwise you increment that. Breaking changes, you increment this. These are rare, right? Like this is like in the beginning, probably this is
Mm-hmm.
uh, more rapid. I don't know. But there's no auto incrementing of anything. Like you're
Okay.
doing it all manually. You go in the package JSON and you increment this, right? Um, and you do that on a release branch. So we have, oh, whoa.
Actually, Meek, I have the link to that article has a really good diagram, the one that you dropped earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, I have that. I'll drop it in the chat right now here for you. There it is. It's in the Zoom chat. You can just grab that. That diagram is really, really good. Shows like time and then all the feature branches, develop branch, release branch, hot fixes, master. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
it's a really good diagram.
Yeah, so you start out with this guy, right? Version
Mm-hmm.
0.1. And then between 0.1 and 0.2, like this is like you set up the project scaffolding, right? And
Right.
then like
Then we go to develop, right?
yeah, so from here you merge into develop and you start doing your little commits, right?
Branch
And
off into
this is
develop.
all for release one, presumably, but we just keep
Yeah.
adding. And at some point, we're just like, you know what? Like right here is where we're going to cut the release. And so we create a branch. The naming of this branch, if you name it release slash version 1.00, then
Uh-huh.
it's just the utility as it automatically tags that branch when you finish it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, and it tags the tag name becomes the branch name. So if you name it version 1.0.0, then um, it's just, I don't know, the tags look cleaner. But you
Okay.
can name it whatever you want. It's just the tag will look weird. Um, but yeah, so then right here, these commits are like you're bumping the package number in package JSON. You're fixing bugs,
Mm-hmm.
anything right here, and then you merge that to this guy, but you also merge it to this guy, and that
Mm-hmm.
utility you get release finish. This is what it's doing, but there's no reason you need the utility to do this. You just hop into this branch, pull from this, hop into this branch, pull from this, and then delete this guy. It's just uh, the utility will take care of that for you. That all three of
Okay.
those tasks. Um,
And then so hot fixes, like you said that's a non-breaking change that like would
yeah. See,
include
like
something like
on,
yeah.
on Friday, we had a thing where like we couldn't log in or something. There was like some 401 error, so
Mm-hmm.
you just branch off a master, fix
Mm-hmm.
whatever that was, and then this hotfix is named the same way as a release branch. You just do slash version, but you'd increment the version here. Like it would be 1.0.1 in this
Okay.
case. And you'd, while you're here, as soon as you fix the bug, you'd also increment the package JSON version number. And then Um,
Okay.
I
Can you
mean,
do an example? Can you go through an example of that, I guess? Like so Isaac made that change on there. Or like, like I have a change, but I branched off of develop. I didn't do it off of master. Um, so like if you could just do an example of like run through an example. Maybe
give me the
using
scenario,
what's that?
give me the scenario again.
Yeah, so like for instance, Isaac went and fixed that 401 error. Like
Hmm.
Isaac, did you make the change on development and you branched off development and then pushed to development?
I didn't. I did it in the PG admin GUI.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's not a good example then. Yeah, take my example. So I have like all those README changes that I did like super early this morning. I actually branched off of develop. I should have developed off or branched off of master. Like
I think it's,
Right. So rename that branch to hotfix slash. So you're already on a branch. It's named something, right?
correct.
Rename
Yeah.
it to hotfix slash version 1.0.1, and
Okay.
then once you do that, just pull from master,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And if you made any changes, just for shits and giggles, just pull from develop, and then
Merge them into each.
yeah, just check this out, pull it in, check that out, pull it in, delete this.
Okay. Do we actually do an actual PR or we just pull it?
So you can do a PR for the hotfix, right?
Yeah.
Just make sure that. Um, so I've been running into this where like people aren't following this, right? So like they just merge this like a regular PR. It's not a big deal because then I can just pull from this branch locally and then push it up to develop. But it's it's probably going to cause problems at some point. But
So like that the flow that you're talking about, that Git flow cheat sheet. Let me. I think that's also in the chat. Dropped it right there. So that one says at the bottom, I believe, like if you want to git flow hotfix start would be the git command to actually start that, and then a git flow hotfix finish would actually merge both of those for you, where you don't have to do like a standard PR.
yeah, it's just conflicting with our approach so far because our approach so far is, hey, branch off of develop
Mm-hmm.
into your branch, merge it back into develop, and that stays the same. There's also a Git flow feature start for this stuff.
Yeah.
Our flow isn't that we merge our own branches though, so unless everyone has that utility installed, what actually is going to happen is that we're going to submit this PR, and then somebody's going to merge it just like normal. And then locally, you can delete this branch without using git flow finish to delete or whatever the fuck it is.
Okay. So basically, we have to do like basically two PRs for every hotfix or every feature, then, right?
No.
Because
Mm-mm.
no.
Just do it like normal, and then like you'd have to take care of stuff locally is all.
Okay. Well, but I mean,
So,
like, so like that little, huh?
huh?
That little
When
pink
somebody,
dot, the little pink dot on the hot fixes branch. So the
uh,
little pink dot that's in between in between the development master. Like, so if I did a PR into master, like it would close that PR. Then I have to
mm-hmm.
open up another PR from, I'd have to
So
create
just do
another
that
PR.
locally, right? So if somebody merges this into master, then
Yeah.
it should be good because presumably you pulled from develop too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess we can do two PRs, but that just seems like such a, I don't know.
Well, I mean, for like consistency's sake, like we either should do like we should either use the utility or not. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking in my head. Like if we get everybody to use the utility, then it's consistent across the board. Or if we do this other way where we have to do two separate PRs, then what if somebody forgets to PR into like a develop branch or?
And
Um,
if somebody
but
forgets to pull that hotfix onto their local develop branch, it could just get lost, and we could end up with Git issues later on, right?
um, so then just assign the person who's merging this here. Part of their job is to pull from develop. So there's this code review that they're doing when they're merging this. If it's called hotfix or if it's called release, because it doesn't matter if it's called feature. If it's called feature, just
Merge back and develop.
yeah, just treat it like we've been doing,
Yeah.
and then delete this locally and remotely once you're done with it, and call it a day. Only these two branches here.
Okay.
Whoever's in charge of merging it into master is also responsible for making sure it works with develop and merging it into develop. This shouldn't happen that often that we're hot fixing stuff or releasing stuff. This is what the majority of the work is going to be happening in.
Okay. But like all those Trello cards we put in for today on the Trello board, like some of those I feel like are feature branches. Some of those I feel like are hot fixes. Like my README, like that's not a new release type thing. That's just I feel like would be a hot fix.
Right. So a hot fix is reserved for like something is wrong with master. We need to fix it right now because somebody's using master right now. So like that's what a hot fix is for. It's not for README changes unless you think README change is like incredibly important, But if you don't, then it's just another feature. It's an improvement. It's a refactor. It's something that's in here.
So hotfix would be like if something's actually broken, like the 401 errors.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then we could just go back to doing just feature branches then, and then merge back into develop, and then we'd have to merge develop into master then. Right?
Why are you merging develop into master?
Well, so if we merge into so you're talking about we're just going to wait until the next release to implement those features that we're creating on the new feature branches.
Yeah, but we don't have to treat release as the way Lambda treats it. Like there's no reason we have to wait till 2 weeks for an official approved release. Like we can just keep releasing and like the changes that are in this backlog, I haven't looked at them, but like if they get implemented today, we can just do a 1.1 today. And then the 1.2 can be like whenever,
Okay. So like right now, if I share my screen, can you walk me through the flow, I guess? It'd be really good for the video just to have an example of it, I guess. Like I have, let's see, like the change I made on the back end README. Let's see. Can I share my screen real quick, please? Okay. All right. See that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. So the name of the branch is hotfix update README.
So no, you'd want to rename that to like.
Oh, actually.
Is that a remote branch that exists?
Yes.
So the only problem with naming the branch.
Hotfix update README endpoints.
The only problem with like naming it like this is that the tag that the utility will automatically create for you becomes so it'll look like version 1.0, 1.1, whatever, and then it will say update README and endpoint.
So you want me to change the name of it?
Yeah, are you doing a hotfix? Like, why are you doing a hotfix at all?
Because so basically what I went in there is I went in and I changed the VO in the README of all the endpoints to V1. So like that, how are we going to always stay up to date in the README? Because somebody's going to want to, download our project. They want to, run it, or they want to hit certain endpoints. How do we stay up to date with those endpoints? Because don't those increment as well?
Yeah, but they'll only increment very like Rarely, only when the major number changes do they actually change. So it's not version 1.0.0.0. It's just version 1, meaning we can keep incrementing this and this as much as we want, and it would still be 1.
Oh, okay. But like it did say V0, and so like going from V0 to V1 would be important to note on the README
In
now.
general, like, yeah, but like in our case, we're not persisting V0. Like
Yeah.
it's not up anywhere for like legacy users to use it or whatever. Like we're not doing that. So, um, yeah, this needs to be done, but like it's not.
So yeah, like right
It's
now.
not that big a deal. If you want to do it. But like it's you wouldn't usually do a hot fix for a simple change like this.
For V0, okay.
Because it's not affecting anybody unless you make the argument that there was confusion around it because people read the README and thought it was one thing, it was something else.
So like if somebody wants to do a GET request though, and they're gonna go to the wrong endpoint using this. This is what's on master right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess with that, I don't know, is that important that this is one version behind of where our current release is right now?
Sure.
So like, so should we make it or just skip it or what? I don't know. I've never done it before, so I don't know whether or not that's important. I mean, how often does somebody download our repo and want to run it and hit those endpoints or whatever?
I just don't have any feelings about it at all. Like I'm indifferent to it. Like if you want to create a hot fix for it, do it. Usually you wouldn't just, it's fine. Just do it.
Okay. Git checkout, hotfix, update README, endpoints. And then you want me to change the name of that. So I just do git checkout branch, hotfix v1.01. Like that?
I don't remember how you rename stuff. You just do that? I thought there was another flag you used. Isn't there another flag?
I can't see the commands.
Oh, sorry. Can you see that?
Oh yes, yeah, so you're trying to make a whole new branch there's a command to rename that. I think it's branch flag M.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it? Hang on.
I just looked it up. It is.
Git branch -m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hotfix /v1.0.1 like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then now I would just merge this back into.
Now you'd go in the package JSON, then you would increment that to reflect it, and then you'd commit that change. You already fixed the README stuff, right?
Yeah. Yep. I fixed it already. So should. Yeah. V1. Okay. So right here.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Save it.
And now does he do the tag after this commit, or does the tag go on after it's been merged?
So if you're using the utility, then the tag goes on automatically. But if not, I would do it on this commit, like so after this commit, before it was merged.
Okay, so I've just pushed that commit. I have everything I need, so now I need to merge into. I need to do a git pull from master and then git pull from.
Yeah, so that's probably like a good courtesy, right? You resolve your own conflicts, and then just push this guy up and do a PR, and then someone else can go merge that PR to master, right?
Okay.
And then as part of their task for merging a hotfix or a release, they also merge it into develop locally and push the changes that they just merged into develop up to develop.
Yeah, I don't think you should have done a pull from develop before because if we had been working on develop for the next release, though, now we're pushing those changes to master.
Right.
It's okay for now, right? Because there's nothing different, but
yeah.
True.
So then don't do that. So don't do a git pull origin from develop. Just do a git pull origin from master. And it looks like we have some issues here.
That's a good point, man. I never thought about that. I just let the thing do it.
And then whoever does the pull, like so whoever merges your pull request and does the pull into develop will just have to deal with that.
With any conflicts that arrive.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so I just did get that. I just did the merge. So then now I should submit a PR for this.
Believe the one that you submitted earlier should just still be valid.
Oh, correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you gotta do the tag thing.
The tag thing. So how do I do the tag thing here? Oh, actually, no. It wasn't. Is it still valid?
Yeah.
Because I changed the name.
Yeah.
I changed the name, so it's not. Oh, I'm trying to merge into develop. That's why. And that name is still this here.
So just leave that alone and do a new one with the other one.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the tag. Okay. All right, you're just doing that. Gotcha. So it looks like the command for creating a tag is just git tag -a, then the version number, and in our case, it's going to be version 1.0.1, 1.0.1, and then you can put a message after it, and that message, the only place I've ever seen it show up is like if you go to like the actual repo like home page where it shows you the repo files. You know, GitHub has like a releases tab. It has each of our releases there for like an archive download.
In the settings tab, you said? Where is that?
Just if you click like backend right here.
Okay.
And one under releases, but also under, and so these are the tags. We can actually like create like draft a new release and then do a whole shebang with the thing. But that's not necessary.
Whatever you want to do.
That message that you type, I think it's like somewhere in here. And like if you click the ellipsis, I think it shows up.
Ellipses? Where? Oh, right here?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the little guy.
Okay, so what do you want me to do next?
Go back to your terminal and
okay.
We're gonna do git tag
-a
version 1.0.1.
In
I don't think it needs to be in quotes.
Oh, like this one?
Yeah. That's the name of the tag right there. And then do -m so it doesn't like open up a new thing. Just do a -m. That's the message. So in there, just describe what your rationale is for opening a hotfix for this. And no, that goes in quotes, definitely.
Okay. Good?
Do it.
Okay. So that submitted a tag. So then now
now you got to push those tags. And I never remember this one. Isaac, do you remember this one from the other day? It was like git push dash dash or then tags or something.
Is that right here in this? Is it in here?
No.
Push tags volt.
Git push origin tag name?
Yeah, looks like it. Git push origin and then the version 1.0.1.
Like that.
Try it.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Okay.
So now if we go back to GitHub, we should see one of those tags as being version 1.0.1.
Oh, right there.
Cool. Yep.
Cool.
Then
Isaac has to go in and then merge his PR.
Yeah. Merge it into master, then merge it into develop, and delete that branch.
So so once he merges into master though, this closes that PR, right? Like, how do we also merge it into develop then?
He's gonna do that locally because the branch is still gonna exist. So whoever closes this hotfix PR, don't delete the branch, right?
Okay. So maybe Isaac would share his screen now then. Okay.
And if we do it the way you're saying, right, and if the person who merges a hotfix just knows that they're responsible for that, you know, hang on, I'm just looking for it. I don't know how to find my stuff anymore.
This is really useful, man. Like, I feel like this is something that, like, once you got a job, like, if you knew how to do it, they'd be like, oh, wow, you know how to do releases? Okay.
I have just all kinds of stuff open here. I'm sorry.
You want me to close that other PR then?
I can do it in a minute. Or
Yeah.
if you want, whatever works.
Close it.
Okay, so this is all good to go, right? So I just merge here, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Or merge, and this is going to master. Cool. Okay, don't delete it because I know now I'm responsible for this, and now I want to be on develop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull down from that and make sure everything I have there is up to date, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very responsible.
And now I want to git pull. I should do a fetch all, right?
Yeah.
Make sure it even knows that new branch exists.
Mm-hmm.
And now I want to do a git pull origin hotfix.
Hotfix slash whatever.
1.0.1, yeah. All right.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. So then those changes you push up to develop, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what are you committing right now?
The changes I just made? No, that doesn't need a commit. I just need to do a git push.
Do git status real quick. Do you have any changes?
I just did a git add. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yep, it's ahead.
You don't have any changes because you just pulled in some commits from hotfix.
I understand. Got you.
Oh, okay.
So I just need to do a git push, origin, develop, right? Actually, it's probably set upstream already. I'm sorry. That was stupid.
Very good.
Nice. So then develop is fully up to date and we're good to go.
And so just whoever, like when you do the merge and then you have to do this, you know, you might have merge conflicts because we're not going to, whoever does the hotfix isn't going to test that against develop, correct? That's where we landed?
Yeah.
So then like, let's say for instance, while Isaac was doing that, Isaac had just finished merging into master, the hotfix into master, and then grabbed that local hotfix branch and then did a git, hopped on to develop, did a git pull origin develop, and then Hunter and Leilani were working on a new feature that would pull their changes into that local develop, and then also pull into the or pull the changes from the hotfix branch, and they push that up, and there's no issues there, and that's good to go. Okay, cool. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I was really confused.
Now
Hey, did you see? Sorry, I was like, were you gonna say something?
I can just use the GUI to hit the delete button on that pull request now that I've handled it on develop, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
Okay,
Fire. Thanks.
cool. That was good. Is that it? No, I'll stop the recording. Or does anybody have any questions that would be valuable to this Leilani Hunter?
Good.
Cool.
I wanted to show the. Did you guys see the web